Good morning. We're going to try these videos again. Y'all remember here about 2 or 3 weeks ago we had one we kept trying to get on the YouTube and Facebook, Instagram and all that, and our signal's just not all that grand back here in the mountain, and we had to switch carriers, and we took care of that little problem. Hopefully we took care of that little problem yesterday evening. So we're going to start trying this again. Sandy's going to try to put the original video on there after a while. It worked real good on YouTube this morning. I think we've got all that fixed up, but we're going to try to start doing a few smaller ones, sort of give everybody an idea. They've been buying stuff off of us for a long time, and they really need to sort of put a face with the product and learn a little more about us. We should have done it a long time ago, but that's a piece of spalted pecan. Pecan we call it back here in the mountains, but the fancy people call it pecan, but that's what it is. It's spalted. I had a few pieces of that. I didn't ever have much of it, but I got a hold of that and I made a ladle out of that, and I was just wanting to show you how we wax that up and how it brings that color out in it. And I'll have several of those this year. Spatulas, scrapers, different things, spoons. Some more of these ladles, some bigger, some less. That's a real nice ladle. This is the George's Clubhouse wax. A lot of you bought stuff off of me over the years. I've been using that for a long time. I discovered that in Salem, Virginia many years ago, and I bought a can of it, and I liked it real well. It's a food safe finish. That company's changed hands about 3 times, but it's still the same product it's always been. And you can use the Butcher Block conditioner, the Hires Butcher Block. That's basically the same stuff. It's just a thinner version on your cutting boards and your spoons and bowls or what have you. And you can go ahead and use the mineral oil on it, but that beeswax works real well, and I sort of recommend it. Let it sit on there for just a little bit. I'm going to speed this one up a little because y'all got better things to do than watch me wax dippers all morning long, but that pops the color out on that and gives a little protection and makes a real nice pretty piece. Sandy, my wife, who a lot of you know, she's the brains behind the outfit and the manager, and if you do much talking on the internet, you're going to be talking to her. You sure ain't going to be talking to me. Her niece, they were trimming a walnut tree about a month ago down below the mountain, and wanted to know if we wanted some of the limbs off of it. So me being always in the market for a good piece of wood, we decided we'd ride down there and get some of it. And I've got some bigger pieces than this, but that's just the limb. And I've just started working on a few of these. Split it down the middle. I'll split it down the middle. That's about 5 inches wide by so deep. You have to split it down the heart and get your pieces out of it. And I've been working some of them out. This is one I've pretty well got where I wanted. That's got mineral oil on it to keep it from cracking. That's a little shallower, called cracker bowl, candy bowl, catch-all bowl, but that's just a live edge piece of black walnut. I'll have several of those at Dollywood this fall. Some of you may or may not know. I know some of you have been there and saw me up there. I've been at Dollywood doing the Harvest Festival for them. This will be 11 years this fall. We finished our contract up the other day and got it back. By the way, Diane, Chris, if y'all are watching this, thank you for having me back again. I appreciate it. They're real nice folks to work for. And it's pretty much one big family up there. There's my 40th anniversary cup for last year. It wasn't my 40th anniversary, it was Dolly's 40th anniversary, but I got me 3 or 4 of these last year. And anybody knows me, I support the coffee industry pretty heavy. I have since I was a kid. Right here's some of the tools. And go, if you watching this, I know you'd like to get over here and get in here and see what you could find, but right there's some of a good bit of the hand tools I work with and some of the stuff I use on the spoons and things like that. But like I said, we're going to try these videos again. I think they're going to work better this time. I know she's already got that YouTube on there, and it loaded a whole lot faster, and we just had to go to a different carrier. And we're going to step up here in my little warehouse in a minute, show you some stuff up there, and as George Jones says, take you on the grand tour. So hang on, and we'll go up there in a minute. And up here in this is the warehouse. This is where I keep a lot of my bowls. Stuff I should have finished 2 or 3 years ago that I've not got completed yet, but I will get around to all of them so everybody can take a look at what a real mess looks like. I've got stuff stuck everywhere, but there's all different shapes and all different sizes. And right here's that's stuff I took to Dollywood last year and was going to finish up there, and I never got around to it, and I brought it back here, and I've not got finished right. But there's a nice maple one. Like I said, some of this stuff's been around a long time, but I'll get around to doing it sooner or later. All that. Here's where I dry I have here in later years. Let's talk about that pecan. Right there's a piece of it I'm drying on now and make ladles out of. But there's what I'm talking about, that pattern. That's what I do, and I just get me a starter hole in there and grind and gouge it out. We don't waste much. There's not many scraps. I do something with the scraps and everything. People want to know how I get those spoons to looking so nice. Right there's part of it. That's patterns I've made over the course of the last several years. Just different stuff. Spatulas, salad servers, big ladles. Just different stuff. Right here's a box where I've got my stuff that I just keep that one back special because that's the stuff that really seems to sell pretty good. That's the shape of that new spatula that I've come up with this year. So, and I still do a few of them, just make them live edge and split them out the old way and do that. But a lot of them likes them a little more uniform, the ones that's cooking with them. So that's pretty much the patterns. She's showing you a picture now. Every one of these bags have got bowls in there that I've got wrapped up in trash bags and blocks of wood to keep them from cracking. I've got a pile of stuff in here. As I've always said, I either crawl over it, under it, or around it, but every bit of that's got to be worked up by